Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Friday, December the 2nd. Race number 8 at Laurel. We're going a one-turn mile, and it's an allowance race for 3-year-olds and up. Let's take a peek at this field. We've got a field of 9, and it'll be interesting to see if the 4 Beaks shakes loose. The 8 Hey Willie has some speed, but if Beaks shakes loose, Beaks can be tough.
Yeah, Beaks is an interesting horse in this spot. One of 3 that I think are really the 3 main contenders, just my opinion. Beaks is the speed nearest the rail for George Weaver. Lot to like here. The horse's only victory came gate-to-wire fashion. If you want to look at it the other side, Weaver, for some reason in Maryland over the past year, small sample, 0 for 11 with only 2 hitting the board. Past 3 years, 3 for 30, only 10 of them in the money, all taking a lot of money early on. This is an interesting horse. If she can shake loose, or can shake loose, he's going to be very, very dangerous. I'm not convinced that he's going to be able to.
This is a big drop at class. He was in against Taylor Saval 2 starts back. Last time out was a race where he was probably overmatched from a class standpoint. Realm won that race. He came back to run 3rd in the Cigar, grade 1 last week with a 97 buyer. Mighty Moses, the runner-up, came back to win a 1X in New York with an 88 buyer. Now, Beaks dueled with a 22-1 shot in the early portion of that race. They went at it hammer and tongs, 22-2, 45-4. The 22-1 shot on the turn, you could see a tear rolled down his eye. He said no more. He waved the white flag, and Beaks was able to put him away. So you win the pace duel, lose the race war. That's okay, especially when Realm's the horse taking the second shot at you. But boy, this horse was tired at the end of that race, and I do wonder if maybe he'll feel the effects of that one.
And you also wonder, too, I mean, look, at the end of the day, this horse's only victory came at 7/8 of a mile. We're going a mile here this day. One-turn mile, it should be within his range, but at the end of the day, there are other horses that are going to be able to keep him honest early. I'm just going to shade away from him a little bit.
I want the 1. Ghost Bay. This is a horse that recently sold for $60,000 at the November sale. Won on turf 2 starts back. Okay effort on turf last time out. I think he's a dirt horse. In 3 starts back, I thought he ran very, very well. It was a race that produced 3 next out winners. Ghost Bay finished ahead of 2 next out winners. He had to come very, very wide turning into the stretch. The 4th horse in that race came back to win with an 83 buyer speed figure. Now, he has the layoff. He went to the sales ring. Who knows how long he was out of training. But he's back, and I'm hoping he gets a little bit of pace help. Someone pushes Beaks. Ghost Bay's got some back class. He was a stakes winner at Laurel as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, you know, I go through and look at a horse like this. I'm a little bit concerned about how long it's been since he's won on dirt. He hasn't won on dirt since he was 2 years old. I know he only won a race 2 starts back, but that was on turf going 2 turns. Now we've got a 1-turn mile back on dirt. He should get a setup because, like we said, the pace, there are a couple horses that should be able to keep the 4 honest. If he gets that setup, maybe, why not?
Now, Trevor McCarthy was named on 2 horses in this race. The 1 Ghost Bay, the 4 Beaks. He chose Beaks. I'm not sure if it's an indictment against Ghost Bay or he just likes this horse shipping in Beaks. But Ghost Bay at 5-1 on the morning line picks up Horatio Caramanos. I'll give him a chance. Jumping Frack Flash, second off the claim. This horse was 3rd last time out at Laurel. He was not chasing much pace. He made the front and he tired. He's okay. He can win races, but does he class up at the allowance level?
Probably not. I did pick him underneath, though. I picked him 4th. I wonder if the turn back from, the mile and 16th to a mile, I think that helps him. You see that he did hit the front at one point, and he just faded a little bit late. Second off the bench. Hopefully he's a little bit tighter. I think he can hit the board.
Number 3, Bull Elson seems in pretty good form, finishing ahead of Jumpin' Frack Flash on November the 12th. And you can argue that maybe the lack of pace in that race worked against him.
Yeah, certainly. And again, if they do throw it down early, he should be able to come on late. I guess I just look at it and say if the 2 had gotten that sort of trip last time out and was actually on the lead at one point and just flattened out a little bit, I'd like to think second off he's going to be a little bit tighter. I prefer the 2 over the 3.
The 5, Tomochachi, seeks his 3rd consecutive victory, but those 2 wins came against Pennsylvania-bred competition at 6 furlongs. So he's going to have to face better, and he's going to have to stretch it out all the way to a mile. The 3rd place finisher of the most recent race came back to run 2nd again against State Breds at Penn with only a 70 buyer.
Certainly sharp, but at the end of the day, I just think he's a little bit slow.
Ghostly Games, the number 6, won at Delaware over the summer at 43-1, but that was only a $5,000 starter event. Finished behind Bull Ensign, finished behind Jumpin' Frack Flash on November the 12th. needs pace.
Needs pace, and just at the end of the day, needs to be faster. This horse just right now, as far as the buyers are concerned, not fast enough.
The 7's an interesting horse. That's McMullen County, especially if you believe someone will be able to push Beeks in the early portion of this race. He's won his last 2 starts, McMullen County, at Parks, including last time out at 23-1, where he beat next out winner Vince Ramos. Now, he's got a great unknown at Laurel. Maybe the one-turn route might not be up his alley, and he's going to step up a bit, but this barn does really good work.
Yeah, I picked him second in here. You bring up the barn, Jeffrey Englehart, past year dirt route winner, last out 7 for 29 with over 3.5 ROI. If someone goes early with Beeks and things sort of, I don't want to say completely fall apart, but as long as it's honest, I think this horse is going to come running on late. I picked him second just because I think there's one horse in here that towers over everyone.
The hope for the stalkers and closers lies with the 8, Hey Willie, because it's possible that Hey Willie has enough gas to at least push Beeks in the first half mile of this race. Hey Willie, big step up in class from Mary Epler, but Mary Epler is a very good trainer, having a tremendous meeting at Laurel. Hey Willie's buyers, though, pale in comparison to those of the top contenders. Can he make an impact, at least from a pace standpoint?
I have to be honest, I don't know that he's fast enough. I know it looks good on paper and that he's going to be forced to go early if they want to have any chance at winning. The competition he'd been facing is just such inferior to what he's going to be facing here in this spot. I don't think, put it this way, if he goes, I think he's cooked. I don't think he's got any shot. And if they try to win the race, I don't think they can run with the 2 horses that I think will be forwardly placed, Beeks and the horse we're about to talk about.
You're going with the 9. A Fleet Willie, 2-1 on the morning line, reunites with Victor Carrasco, who was aboard for that big win at Parks 2 starts back, to the tune of a 90 buyer speed figure. He was in against Realm and Mighty Moses in that race last time out and was just no match. From a class standpoint, from a tactic standpoint, he has enough speed to maybe sit second or third. Things might work out very well for a Fleet Willie.
I think it works out a really good trip. And you know, the best part about a horse like this is even if, let's say, the 8 drawn to the inside doesn't go after the 4, this horse is fast enough where he can sit off of the 4 and still take advantage. The distance isn't a concern for me. The class obviously isn't a concern. I love the outside post. Carrasco has options. If for some reason, if the 4 doesn't go on with it. Take it. You're the best horse in the race, arguably. I just think there's so much to like about him. The number, 2-1 on the line, I think that's fair. I pegged him at 2-1.
I'm just concerned about the validity of that 90 buyer from 2 starts back. Just no one did any running in that race. It took him forever to change leads in the lane, but we know he does good work at Laurel. I love the attack post. And even if you take that race out, he has other races that make him very competitive.
And I guess that was kind of the way that I looked at it. Even with the 90, if you want to say that's just an outlier, he's probably a mid-80 kind of horse. And guess what? A mid-80 in this race, I think it wins.
We're going bookends in here.
Yeah.
9, 7, 4, and 2 for Matt. I'll take a shot with Ghost Bay. 1, 4, 7 for me in race number 8 at Laurel. If you're playing the Laurel Friday card from home, $100 sign-up bonus, $100 worth of free bets waiting for you. All you have to do, it's easy, drf.com/freebet for all the details on your new DRF Bets sign-up process. Race number 8 at Laurel, our DRF.com formulator race of the day for Friday, has an approximate post time of 4 p.m. Eastern. Good luck.